My name is Elliot Robertson. In the furry fandom, I am a fursuit maker, a suit dancer, and artist. My persona is actually a chihuahua named Ramsey, and I don't have anything of him. The furry fandom in a whole is basically people who have a love for anthropomorphic animals and like to express themselves through them either by fursuit making, art, or many other plethora of options. I joined the fandom in 2016, and I made my first one off of a base I bought online. I wanted to make my own suits because I wanted a creative outlet that was more so, because I've always been creative. I've done sculpting, painting, everything else. It's just another art form to try to take on. My process is I decide what species I'm gonna make, or roughly what species I'm gonna make, and then I make it up as I go along a lot of the times, usually. I usually start off with either a 1/2 inch or 1 inch upholstery foam. I make a bucket sort of for the head, and then I make my pattern for the cheeks, muzzle, eyebrows, and decide how big I want my eyes to be and whatnot, and just draw it all out on the foam, and then hot glue it all together and hope it sticks. I really enjoy sculpting the bases. That's probably my favorite part because I like to be able to sit and just scissor away at the foam. After you sculpt it, you will use duct tape to pattern it, which is what I've started on this one over here, because you want to get the shape of it. That's the easiest way to do it. To fur it, you'll finish your pattern, you'll cut it out into the shapes you need it to, add darts, which are things in the fabric that you just sew into. To make a full head, it usually takes me about a week or two maybe. I've probably made around 6 for myself and around 4 for other people, or just pre-mades that I've sold and traded. Definitely have aspirations for it. I would love to one day be able to do it full time, just because it's something I truly enjoy doing and I don't ever really complain about doing it. If you're wanting to start making fursuits, the biggest advice is if you're unsure where to start, you can look up, there are a million different tutorials online that you can look up, and even on Etsy, you can buy a whole bunch of fursuit making patterns. You can even buy patterns for the bases, patterns for the paws, and everything else. That just will make it easier for you to start and have that starting point than just jumping in and not knowing anything. If you want to join into the furry fandom and you just don't know, or you're worried about people caring too much, it's honestly, if you get into it and find people who enjoy it like you, there's such an embracing community that it won't really matter what others think, because you'll be able to be with people who are like-minded and enjoy the same things you do. Just about the same as any hobby, really. If you find people who enjoy it, you really stop caring about what other people think.